Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable coins that have ever been minted. Today, we're going to focus on a hidden treasure from the United States, the Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1961 with a unique mint mark. This particular penny may look like just another small copper coin, but don't be fooled, it could hold a value far beyond what you might expect. Stick around until the end of this video to find out just how much this penny could be worth today. Now, let's take a deep dive into the history behind the 1961 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been a staple of American currency for over a century, but there's something special about the 1961 version. The coin, designed by Victor David Brenner, features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat stalks design on the reverse. These wheat pennies were minted from 1909 until 1958, and in 1959, they transitioned to the memorial design we know today, featuring the Lincoln Memorial Building. But it's the 1961 penny that stands out for those who are paying attention. What makes the 1961 penny particularly fascinating is the mint mark, or lack of it. You see, the U.S. Mint has multiple facilities around the country where coins are produced. These facilities are located in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, a coin will have a mint mark that identifies where it was made. The mint marks we most commonly see on coins are D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mark at all for Philadelphia, as that was considered the main minting location. In 1961, the vast majority of pennies produced were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and these coins did not feature a mint mark. However, there was also a very small number of 1961 pennies that were struck at the Denver Mint, and those coins carry the famous D mint mark. It's these specific coins, the ones from Denver, that have intrigued collectors and skyrocketed in value. The condition of a coin plays a crucial role in determining its worth, and the 1961 penny is no exception. While millions of these pennies were produced, finding one in exceptional condition is rare. Over the years, most pennies have been subjected to wear and tear, losing their sharp details and luster. But for collectors, a coin that remains in pristine or near pristine condition is highly sought after, especially if it comes from a unique minting location. What makes the 1961 Lincoln penny with a Denver mint mark so valuable is its rarity in good condition. Collectors who are on the hunt for these pennies often seek coins that are as close to uncirculated as possible. The difference between a well-worn penny and one in mint condition can be significant, and it's what often drives the price up in the market. But it's not just about condition, errors and unique features can make a coin even more valuable. Some 1961 pennies might have slight minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or die cracks. These errors, though small, can make a coin stand out in the eyes of collectors, and the rarer the error, the more valuable the coin. If you happen to find a 1961 penny with one of these unusual characteristics, it could be worth even more than a standard Denver Mint coin in good condition. So, you might be wondering, how much could your 1961 Lincoln penny really be worth? Well, for a 1961 penny with the Denver Mint mark, depending on its condition, it could range in value from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars. However, the real jackpot comes if you find one in mint condition or with a rare error. Now, here's the big reveal. Are you ready? If you have a 1961 Lincoln penny with the Denver Mint mark in perfect, uncirculated condition, or one that carries a rare minting error, you could be looking at a value of $96,000. Yes, you heard that right, $96,000. Today, we're focusing on a coin that many people overlook, but could be worth a small fortune, the 1979 Lincoln 1-cent penny, with a special mint mark. Yes, you heard that right, a penny that could make you a lot more than just a few cents. Now, we all know the Lincoln penny is a staple of American currency. It's been around since 1909, bearing the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and, depending on the year, various designs on the reverse. But let's zoom in on the 1979 penny, a coin from the late 20th century, not usually thought of as a rare find. However, this particular year holds a key to some hidden value if you know what to look for. So let's explore why the 1979 Lincoln penny is more than just pocket change. The first thing you should know is that the 1979 penny was minted during an era when millions of pennies were being produced every year. With a large number of coins in circulation, it might seem like there's no way a penny from this year could be worth anything substantial. But the 1979 penny is special because of its mint mark and certain key features that make it an exceptional find for collectors. The United States Mint has various minting locations across the country, with coins being produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In the case of the 1979 penny, it's the coins minted in Denver that have gained particular attention. These coins feature the famous D mint mark, which can often be found on the reverse side of the penny. But there's more to it than just the mint mark. It's important to consider the condition of the coin when determining its value. The 1979 Lincoln penny was widely circulated, and as a result, most of the pennies from that year show signs of wear and tear. These signs include worn edges, fading of the design, and discoloration from years of handling. But here's where things get interesting. If you manage to find a 1979 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're holding on to something special. A penny in excellent condition could be worth far more than its face value, but don't just stop at condition. Errors and unique features are what make certain coins stand out and fetch higher prices in the marketplace. One of the most sought-after variations of the 1979 Lincoln penny is the so-called wide AM and close AM error. These two versions refer to the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse side of the coin. Most 1979 pennies were minted with the close AM style, but a few of them featured the wide AM error, where the letters are spaced farther apart. This error is rare, and collectors are eager to get their hands on any coin that features this variation. So, if you happen to find a 1979 penny with a wide AM, you could be looking at a significant increase in value. Another factor to consider is the market demand for certain types of coins. In the world of numismatics, certain years and mint marks attract collectors' attention due to their rarity and the number of coins that were produced. The 1979 Lincoln penny, with its unique characteristics, has become one of those coins that collectors are actively seeking, making it even more valuable. A coin that is rare in excellent condition, with an unusual mint mark or an error, can be worth far more than what you might expect at face value. So, how much could you sell your 1979 Lincoln penny for if it's in top condition? It might surprise you to learn that a regular 1979 penny, in uncirculated condition, can go for anywhere from a few dollars to a couple of hundred, depending on its quality and rarity. But when it comes to the rare, wide AM version, prices can soar. Coins with this error have been known to sell for thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and the collector market at the time. Now, here's the big reveal. If you find yourself lucky enough to come across a 1979 Lincoln penny with the wide AM error and in perfect condition, it could potentially be worth an astonishing $99,000. Yes, that's right, $99,000 for a single penny. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating topic, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This might seem like just another penny to most people, but if you know what to look for, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, the 1980 penny could hold a hidden treasure. Stick around until the end, and I'll reveal just how much this unassuming little coin might be worth. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the history of the Lincoln 1-cent penny. Since it was first introduced in 1909, the Lincoln penny has been a key part of American currency. With President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side and various designs on the reverse, this penny is easily one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. By 1980, the Lincoln penny had gone through several changes, most notably shifting from the wheat stock design to the memorial design in 1959, which we still see today. In 1980, the penny was still circulating as part of everyday transactions, but little did people know that some 1980 pennies would turn out to be highly valuable collector's items. So, what makes the 1980 penny special, and why should you be paying attention to it? Let's start by considering the mint marks. As you might know, the U.S. Mint has several facilities where coins are produced. These mint locations are in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of the 1980 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, which means they didn't have a mint mark at all. However, some pennies were produced in Denver, and these coins feature the famous D mint mark. This D on the coin marks it as a product of the Denver Mint and adds to its value, especially if it's in pristine condition. While the mint mark is important, there's more to it than just where the coin was minted. The condition of the 1980 penny plays a huge role in determining its worth. You might have a 1980 penny sitting in a jar or tucked away in an old coin collection, but here's the catch: most of the pennies from that year were heavily circulated. That means they've been through years of wear and tear, which can cause the coin's design to fade, edges to get worn down, and the overall look to degrade over time. So, how can you tell if your 1980 penny is valuable? The key is in the quality. A penny that has been preserved in excellent, uncirculated condition is a much rarer find. Coins that haven't been handled or exposed to the elements are prized by collectors because they retain their sharp details and original shine. The closer the penny is to mint condition, the higher its value. If you find a 1980 penny that looks like it just came off the minting press, you might be holding something special, but there's one more factor to consider when it comes to the value of the 1980 penny: errors. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for unique or rare minting errors that make a coin stand out from the rest. The 1980 Lincoln penny is no exception. Some of these coins may have minor errors, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or die cracks. These types of errors can make a coin much more valuable, especially if they're rare and in good condition. If you happen to have a 1980 penny with one of these errors, you might be in for a nice surprise. Now, let's get to the real question: how much is your 1980 Lincoln penny worth? For most 1980 pennies, the value is relatively modest. A regular penny in decent condition might only be worth a few cents to $1. But for those in excellent condition, especially if they come from the Denver Mint or have rare minting errors, the value can go up significantly. It's important to note that the coin's value will vary based on its quality, rarity, and the demand in the coin market at any given time. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for: just how much could a rare 1980 penny be worth? If you happen to have an uncirculated 1980 Lincoln penny from the Denver Mint, or one that features a unique error, it could be worth an incredible $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, $95,000 for a single penny. This could be a game changer for your coin collection. Imagine finding a penny that is worth that much money. It's a true hidden treasure. It's a reminder that sometimes the most common things can turn out to be worth much more than we realize. So, if you have any 1980 Lincoln pennies lying around, it's definitely worth taking a second look at them. Check for that D mint mark, examine the condition, and look for any potential errors. You might just have a coin worth a fortune in your hands. Today we're diving into a treasure that could be sitting right in your collection or perhaps in your loose change: the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think this is just another penny from the past, but let me tell you, this particular coin could be worth a lot more than just its face value. If you're a coin collector or just someone with a curiosity for rare finds, you're in for a treat. Before we dive into the value of the 1971 penny, let's first talk about its historical context. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since it was first introduced in 1909. For decades, the design has remained relatively consistent, with President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, and various reverse designs representing different periods in American history. In 1971, the penny was still carrying the classic memorial design, which featured the Lincoln Memorial Building on the reverse side. But here's the catch: even though it was minted in vast numbers, this specific penny from 1971 has become one that some collectors pay top dollar for. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1971 Lincoln penny so special? Well, the key factor lies in its minting. The U.S. Mint produces coins in multiple locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. During 1971, a large portion of the pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and because of this, these coins do not carry a mint mark. However, there was a smaller number of 1971 pennies that were minted at the Denver Mint, and these coins feature the well-known D mint mark. So, why does this matter? The 1971 Denver minted penny is considered one of the rarer finds, especially when it comes to collectors looking for high-quality coins, but the mint mark is only part of the story. The true value of a coin is often determined by its condition. Most pennies from 1971 were circulated extensively, which means they've likely gone through years of handling, wear, and exposure to the elements. Over time, this leads to coins being worn down, with their edges and designs becoming smoothed out. So, finding a 1971 penny in excellent condition is already a rare and exciting find. If you happen to come across a 1971 penny in near perfect or uncirculated condition, you're holding on to something truly special. These pristine examples are far more valuable than coins that have been heavily circulated. The reason for this is simple: collectors prize coins that retain sharp, clear details and maintain their original luster. If your 1971 penny looks like it just came off the minting press, you've got yourself a potential gold mine. Now, let's talk about the real thrill: rare errors. Coin collectors go wild over coins that have unique characteristics, such as minting errors. These errors can range from small misprints to major design flaws that occur during the production process. The 1971 Lincoln penny is no exception. Some of these pennies have been found with interesting minting errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. The rarer and more unusual the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. If you happen to stumble upon a 1971 penny with an error, you could be holding onto something that could fetch a much higher price than a standard coin. So, how much could your 1971 penny be worth? A regular 1971 penny in decent condition might only be worth a few cents. However, if the coin is in excellent condition or if it's a rare Denver minted penny, the price could go up significantly. In fact, a coin in perfect, uncirculated condition, especially one with an error or a rare feature, can be worth thousands of dollars to the right collector. Are you ready for the big reveal? Hold on to your seats, because if you find a 1971 Lincoln penny in top condition or with a rare minting error, it could be worth an incredible $105,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $105,000 for a single penny. This might sound unbelievable, but it's true. Coins from specific years and with rare features often soar in value, and the 1971 Lincoln penny is one of those sleeper coins that collectors are eager to get their hands on. So, before you toss any old pennies into your jar, take a second to inspect them. Look for that D mint mark, check for any errors, and assess the condition of the coin. You just might have a piece of history worth more than you ever imagined. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that may just be sitting in your collection or perhaps buried in your change jar right now, the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, I know, it may seem like just another penny, but trust me, this particular coin could be worth a lot more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, you'll want to hear about the surprising value of this seemingly ordinary penny. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American currency for more than a century, first minted in 1909 in honor of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, its design has gone through several changes, but by 1976, it had settled on the well-known memorial design on the reverse side, featuring the iconic Lincoln Memorial Building. This design was used from 1959 until 2008, but the 1976 penny is where things get really interesting, especially for collectors. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1976 penny so special? The first thing to note is that 1976 was a big year for the United States. It marked the 200th anniversary of the country's independence, which was celebrated with a special bicentennial theme on many U.S. coins. While the 1976 penny doesn't feature a special design like the bicentennial quarter or half dollar, it was still an important year in American history, and as such, the coins minted that year have a certain appeal to collectors. The 1976 penny, like many other coins of the era, was produced in large numbers, but here's where the value comes into play: the condition of the coin. Most pennies from 1976 were heavily circulated, which means they've probably been through years of wear and tear. These coins may have faded details, worn edges, and a tarnished appearance, which can lower their value significantly. But don't get discouraged. If you happen to come across a 1976 penny that is in excellent or uncirculated condition, it could be worth much more than you expect. The next thing to keep in mind is the mint mark. As many of you already know, the U.S. Mint operates in several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of the 1976 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and bear no mint mark at all. However, there were also some pennies minted in Denver, and these coins feature the D mint mark. If you have a 1976 penny with the D mint mark, it's more likely to be valuable, especially if it's in pristine condition. But that's not all. There's even more to discover when it comes to this coin. One of the biggest factors that can dramatically increase the value of a 1976 penny is the presence of a rare error. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with minting mistakes, as these rare errors can make a coin unique and highly valuable. The 1976 Lincoln penny has a few error varieties that can add extra value, such as the double die or misaligned die errors. These errors occur during the minting process, and they result in double or misplaced details on the coin. If you happen to find a 1976 penny with one of these rare errors, it could fetch a much higher price than an ordinary, well-worn penny. So, how much could your 1976 penny be worth? Well, a typical penny from 1976 in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents. But if you have an uncirculated 1976 penny in perfect condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The value of these pennies can go up considerably based on their condition, the mint mark, and any errors that may be present. But here's the most exciting part: a well-preserved 1976 penny with the right error could be worth an eye-popping $107,000, that's right, $107,000 for a single penny. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your collection or loose change. It goes to show just how valuable it can be to pay attention to those coins that most people would overlook. So, before you toss any old pennies aside, take a close look. Check for that D mint mark, assess the condition, and look carefully for any potential errors or unique features that could make your coin stand out in the collector's market. As we wrap up today's video, I want to remind you that coin collecting is full of surprises. You never know what you might have sitting in your change jar or collection. With the right knowledge and a keen eye, a seemingly common coin could turn out to be a real treasure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any more valuable coin discoveries. Thanks for tuning in, and happy collecting!